Wow. Cool. Hi, Jane. Oh, you guys made it. Cool. You're muted. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You're muted. There you go. Hi. How are you?
I kept thinking that I said, God, I've had trouble with this before, but we went to 8:35 and nobody came on, so I figured I must have done something wrong.
Sorry about that. I fell asleep that night on Monday night, probably about 7:30ish.
I heard that, and then I had the problem that I didn't know what the wine was tonight, so I went to the store anyway, and Kevin came out and told me for night and Friday night. And I understand we're stopping having the Wednesday night ones, which I think is great for me. 3 times a week is a little.
Yeah, 3 times a week does get to be a lot. Susie, go away. Yeah, sorry about that. That was all me. My apologies.
Yeah, all the way through June. That would maybe longer. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might weaken my body too much for the COVID.
Yeah. So is that a portrait of you behind you?
It is.
Who did it?
Well, John Nieto. Do you know who he is?
I've heard Nieto. Yeah. That's a Nieto original?
I have 30 paintings that he did. And
Really?
2 portraits of me. And it's not because I'm so vain. It's because I asked for one because I had a self-portrait he did looking one direction, and I wanted a portrait of me looking the opposite direction to hang them together.
Oh.
The first one came out too small. This was the first one. So then he did another one, which was the full size, and it's quite different. It's more like me when I was in my 50s, which his portrait is too, in his 50s. And this is more like I look like now, but how do you like the colors?
Yeah, he has great colors.
Well, and he was a master of them. I mean, he's dead now, but he really was a master, and he worked quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't. Most artists are intimidated by color, and they add one color every year to their palette, But they're really afraid to do it, And it's interesting.
Let's see.
Hey, we're live now, gang, and we're almost on Facebook.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Love Facebook. Well, we're waiting for Sheri, who's our guest this evening, and I believe Amanda. I think that might be it.
I have to go looking.
I'm wearing everybody out at the store with doing the tastings.
How much was this wine? I got it on my slip there, but it's $12 something.
Yeah.
Jeez.
$13.99, and then you get the 10% discount.
I'll find out from what variety it is and what part of France it's from.
Yeah, and I don't know the answer to that, so we need Sheri to come tell us. I sent her the
Pretty good.
Maybe I sent her the wrong link. No, I sent her the right link.
How did you like it, Stephen? You like the wine? I know you opened it.
Yeah, I didn't savor it that much. Let me savor it.
Hey, Amanda.
I mean, it's extraordinarily inexpensive for a sparkling.
It's I don't know. It's solid.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not saying it's at least pleasant.
Yeah, it is.
And I like to use that term, and it's not derogatory like it sounds, because about half wines aren't pleasant.
Hi, we have somebody joining us.
It's Sheri.
Wow, that's sure, yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Sheri.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Stephanie,
Kevin,
I want
would
to
you like
change her title because she is my winemaker link.
Okay. Sheri, is it Sherry?
Sheri.
Okay, there we go.
I'm gonna go.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go.
Kevin, would you like to introduce Sheri for us? Kev, can you introduce Sheri?
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that part. Yes, of course. Of course. So Sheri, this is streaming live to Facebook, so there might be people watching on there too. So I like to talk to them sometimes. But for everybody that is, maybe we should wait for Jay to come back. Jay's gone missing. This is Sheri Savitt, everybody. Sheri works for Kysela, Père. They're an importer based out of Winchester, Virginia. And they have all kinds of awesome wines, of which we have quite the selection. Jay, if you missed that, joining us tonight is Sheri Savitt. She works for Kysela, Père, French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese. What else do you guys have?
We work with 11 countries, I believe. So we've got New World, Old World, a little bit of everything.
That's right, yeah, because we have Spanish and some Argentine as well, Chile.
Yep.
Literally
New Zealand, South Africa is big for us. But Fran really sort of cut his teeth on France. That's really our specialty.
Sure. So I met Sheri, when was that? A couple years ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah, I started with Kysela. It was 2 years in January, and I think Jackson was one of my earlier market visits. So probably, sometime that winter.
Sure. And we've become pretty good friends. Buying direct from them has been big for us, and we've gotten quite a few awesome things, including what we have tonight, which is new for us. We bought this. I don't remember. This was like the second batch of Rubus wines that I got from you guys. So before I hog everything and start stealing your thunder, Rubus is a proprietary label that Fran Kysela, the owner of the company, created and has really great value potential. Everything that I've gotten from them so far has been like in the price range, the best offering that I can come across.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's done really well. We've sold quite a bit of wine, and this is just adding to. So with that, everybody, Sheri will maybe lead us through a tasting, tell us a little bit about Rubus, talk about the project, where it came from.
Sure.
And then
Okay.
we want to know what's in this.
Okay. I've got all that for you.
All right.
I'm keeping half, and I just took some cookies out of the oven, and my dog is eyeing them up, so I may have to run over and put the block on.
What type of cookie, Sheri?
Butter crunch cookie. It's got 2 sticks of butter and coconut and oats and whatever I feel like putting in. I put some chocolate chips in, a little bit of corn flakes to give it crunch. But mainly a lot of butter, which is awesome. Okay, good. The husband's coming up. Honey, the dog is eyeing up the cookies. Can you please?
I heard his flutter 2 sticks of butter. Yeah.
You should email us. You should send Kevin that recipe and we'll share it around with everybody.
You should. It's so quick to throw together. Like we got done with dinner and I'm like, want some cookies tonight? And it literally takes like 10 minutes and they cook for 12. So yes, I will share that recipe. It's nothing super classy because it's got cornflakes in it, but after dinner with a little bit of bourbon, they're magical. Okay, so hopefully everybody has a little bit of the Rubus sparkling rosé. This is Brut. First, I just opened mine, so I want to make sure it's not corked. It smells good.
Mm-hmm.
So as Kevin mentioned, Rubus is a proprietary label that my boss, Fran Kysela, owns. So I work for Kysela, Père, which means father and sons, because Fran's son, Joe, is sort of the heir apparent. Fran is the 18th master sommelier ever in the US. I always like to say that Fran is very traditional, very old school, if you want to put it that way. Like he doesn't consider wine in a can. He won't consider wine in a keg. We do have a few boxed wines, but Fran is very much a traditionalist. So I worked for a distributor that sold Kysela wines before I started working for Fran. And I knew as a salesperson, anytime I took out a wine with the Kysela logo on the back, it was always going to taste like what it should. I never showed a wine that Fran picked out because he does everything, absolutely everything. I would never show a wine that Fran picked out that didn't show what we call typicity. I would never open a bottle of, let's say, a Gruner Veltliner and say like, oh, it's really good, but it's very unusual for a Gruner Veltliner, because if that was the case, then Fran wouldn't represent the wine. So that's just a little bit of a background. And maybe you can kind of see, it's really small on here, but that logo right there, the man with the barrel, is Fran's logo. So if you're in TLS and looking for some great value wines, if you've, so a good way to learn, when I was learning wine, when I was new to this industry, is finding an importer whose taste aligns with what you like. And I think you'll find all of Fran's wines show that great value. So Rubus means raspberry in Latin. Anything that Fran puts under the Rubus label is going to be all about the fruit, and also incredible value, because when he finds a really good deal on some juice, as we call it, he'll bottle it under Rubus as his own private label. So Rubus wines can be from anywhere. This happens to be a French sparkling wine. We also have a Rubus New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. We have Rubus Argentine Malbec. We've actually got some domestic wines too, some Rubus Lodi Zinfandel, some California and Napa Cab. So it can be from wherever, just as long as Fran has found a really good deal on it, and it shows good value and tastes like it should, it'll be under Rubus. So I think, Kevin, you mentioned you got this on, you've been featuring Rubus for a while, but this is pretty new for us. This is a new creation that Fran found. So there's a sparkling rosé and then the traditional brut rosé. I'm sorry, a traditional brut white. What is a little bit unusual about this, it is French, and it's made in what we call the method champenois, which is the same way that champagne is made versus cava. I can get into that a little bit more if you'd like me to, but I'll circle back to that if you'd like me to, but it's made in the traditional champagne method. It is French. The average age of the vines is 20 years, and it's in that all important chalk soil that gives champagne its signature sort of minerality, and it's you can really taste almost the chalky soil in champagne if you've tasted enough of them. This is not champagne, which is why TLS can offer it for such a great price point, because you can't touch champagne for less than I don't know, 30, I would think. Kevin, what are you selling this for? Do you know?
This one?
Yeah.
$13.99.
Wow.
Yeah.
For French bubbles that
yeah.
taste
and
like
it's dry and delicious.
Good.
And it's not Andre's sugar bomb.
Right. It's not sweet, but it does have there's a little dosage in this. Again, that's another champagne term. I don't want to get too technical, but it's, and I keep saying champagne, it's not champagne. It is a sparkling wine made in France. But it's not champagne, but it does have a lot in common with champagne, except the price point and certain other things too.
What grape variety is it, and what region is it from?
So it is
an area.
It is. It doesn't have a region. It's from France. So,
it's from the France region.
Right. So it is from the. It's not from any particular region, and it is 2 grape varietals. The first one is Tempranillo, which is not traditionally what you think of for France, and the second one is Bobal, which is also. Those are the 2 most widely planted grapes in Spain, ironically.
What was the second one? Salt?
B-O-B-A-L. Bobal.
Bobal.
Yes. So it's a bit of a mystery. I really
I'm
wish
shocked.
What was
Yeah.
that?
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked and served.
I know.
If you maybe had to put me to guess, those would probably be two of the last I would have ever guessed.
Of course, because they're not traditionally French varietals, right? I mean, the traditional champagne varietals, Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier,
Sure.
Chardonnay. But yes, this is made from the two most widely planted Spanish varieties, but it's from France, and we'll just keep a little mystery with it, right? Because I've actually asked Fran in person. I'm like, so Fran, this is French, but Spanish varietals, but he's like, yeah, that's all I got. So,
And the grapes are being grown in France. Or is that part of the mystery that maybe the grapes are being grown?
That might be part of the shrug mystery. I do not know. I don't know the rules technically on whether the grapes have to be grown in a place for it to say that the wine is French.
Yeah, because it's like not an AOC level. You know, if it was like an AOC level of any place, then definitely. But that's funny. That's something I don't know, is to say product of France on the back. Do you just have to make it there? And can the grapes be grown somewhere else? But
and we did have a sparkling wine producer in Burgundy that we stopped carrying their specific sparkling rosé. I kind of have a feeling it might have to do with that. But again, I wish I could tell you more, but maybe part of the appeal is the mystery, that it's that maybe that's why it's such a great value to be able to get something like this.
We all need a good mystery in our lives.
Yeah, exactly.
and the truth is, really, like, I don't think it matters, you know? Like, let's just throw a hypothetical out there. Let's say these are Spanish grapes. Spain's a great place to grow grapes, you know? And the product here is, for $13.99, like, I think shockingly good.
Good. I'm glad you think so. I do too. I
got some cheese.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
This is left over from Monday. Monday we had a little mix up.
Yeah, I fell asleep at 7:30.
I'm glad I asked about the region and the grapes. I would have never guessed it.
Yeah, I'm still I'm shocked, but I like the wine, so I don't.
It is kind of fun when I've been bringing this out to market and tasting it in different, because I cover 7 states for Kysela. When I bring it out and ask people to guess, it's kind of mean, like it's not really fair. But and I'll give hints. And once I give the hint that they're traditionally Spanish varietals, then, you know, Tempranillo is the first thing that jumps to a lot of people's brains. That's Rubus Sparkling Rosé over delivers for the price point, which is also a lot of what you'll find in the Kysela portfolio is value for the money. I think about 80% of the wines in my portfolio are $20 or less to the distributor. So no more than like 30 something on the shelf. Now, mind you, I also have high-end Burgundies. I have, you know, Montrachet and things like that. I have Condrieu and, you know, really high-end Rhone. But a lot of what Fran's focus is, and Kysela in general, is value for the money. And that's why I'm so lucky to be able to represent these wines, because they always show better than what they tend to cost. So what do you guys think of it?
I just have to say to you, the word value implies for the money.
Right. Right. Sure. Yes, that was redundant, but
Dave's a stickler for English. I learned that today. Jay came by the store to pick up the wines, and I asked him if he had a card that he would like to pay with. He said, "No, I don't like to pay." I'm like, man,
I thought it was because you ended on a preposition, like you have a card with which you would like to pay.
I told him he even used the word, what card do you intend to pay with?
Nobody likes to pay.
It's
Everybody
true.
likes to get, but they don't like to pay. I won't say it anymore.
Well,
Give me
I
a card.
certainly miss Jackson. How have things been there for you guys? Is spring finally coming?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's here. Today was windy. I watched like all the dust from the parking lot blew away, so now it's somebody else's problem.
Okay.
It was
Do you
super
still have
windy.
snow in town?
Not in town as much. Like most of
Shady spot.
Snow King's gone too.
Okay.
There's just like a patch where they made snow up Snow King, and then the Tetons still have tons of snow. I mean, tons. Like people.
How
Are
about the fairgrounds where they store all the snow? That blew my mind the first time I visited.
That's actually melted out, I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't as much as
It wasn't
last
as crazy this year. So
you
like
had to drive up it.
dang.
nobody tried to drive up it this year. That was funny. Yeah, no, they actually for the elk antler hunt, they changed the way it was done this year, and they had everybody parking in that parking lot as a staging area, and so it had mostly melted out even by then, which was last Thursday,
Okay.
Friday morning.
Friday morning, yeah, Thursday night, Friday morning, and
Well, I hope to be back soon, and definitely for your customers who are listening, I'd want to do an in-store tasting and meet some of them in person. I made such good friends first you started out, Kevin, as a buyer, but we've become friends, and so many of the people in Jackson are like that, like such welcoming, great.
yeah, it's a cool town. That's one thing I like. People here are really nice, you know. I'm from North Carolina where people are like really nice. And
Yeah.
I visited a lot of markets where it's like people are like weirded out that you like ask them how they're doing, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
none of your
Same.
business. You're like, oh, sorry.
Yep. Same. I'm from Wisconsin, so I've got that Midwest, like, aw shucks niceness too, that when I go to the East Coast, I've actually had people tell me I should be a little more standoffish. I'm like, oh, that's okay. It's not really me. But Jackson has a lot of people like that, and they've done some really high-end events where there's some very wealthy people, but so friendly and so just, I just love it. So Kevin knows that I was supposed to be back this month sometime, and we were going to go morel hunting, and because of the virus situation, why we're all doing this, that's postponed for a bit, but I hope to be back ASAP.
We can't wait to have you back. The morels are hitting. Unfortunately. But
Tell her who has money and who doesn't.
What was that?
It's very hard to tell here often who has money and who doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, living in other
I don't.
visiting other mountain towns here, living in Colorado, there's certain towns where people like to show off their wealth.
Yeah.
I haven't experienced that in Jackson at all, and I've absolutely loved everybody I've met there, and I can't wait to get back. I come there probably every.
That's what the wealthy people love too, is nobody particularly notices them.
Right. Yeah.
Little camo. While we've got you, I wanted to let everybody know, because Sancerre is so popular, we just received a large shipment of the Domaine Michel Thomas Sancerre, and I wanted to know briefly, since it's not the wine we're tasting now. I wanted it to be the wine we're tasting now, but it's tied up in warehouse land.
Okay.
And it's coming soon. But maybe just a little tidbit about that wine, and if you like it or not, and hopefully you do.
We should taste it together next time, because it's been a little while. Sancerre has been so popular. It's just been on fire that I hate to say this, but had it not been for the virus situation, I wouldn't have been able to get that wine for you. I think that there were some
Corona.
it's awful to celebrate, but everything that was our 2018 vintage of Sancerre, we have two producers, Reverdy and Tomas. everything was pre-sold. Like, so if we get orders from other states, we can put in back orders. So let's say we had 300 cases of Sancerre coming in and there were 480 cases on back order, meaning as soon as they came in, it was first come, first serve on who had those back orders in the system. But the virus situation changed that. And it might still change going forward. I'm not sure if we'll be getting any more 2019. You got like pretty much the last of what we had coming in. I know that other markets, other countries take like Sancerre a lot too. So, but because of the global situation and shipping, that might change things.
Okay.
But,
well, we have 21 cases, so lucky us.
Yeah, and everything else it's gone. It was gone instantly. But maybe I could scrape up a sample. I'm trying to think. I requested a sample from that producer of their sort of step up, like more. There's 3 different soil types in Sancerre,
right.
And there's one that producer grows just in silex. So it's called silex, and I have a bottle of that here that I could taste if you want to taste the entry level. But I'll see if I can scrape one of those up. But yeah, so Sancerre is Sauvignon. I mean, just to get back to basics, it's Sauvignon Blanc from the region of Sancerre in France in the Loire Valley. The classic pairing with Sancerre is goat cheese. I actually have some friends in the wine industry that I pulled samples of 5 different Loire Valley Sauvignon Blancs just to taste for education wise. Once I can actually get together with friends, I'm looking forward to doing that. But there's also like Manitou Salon, there's Rouy, Concy, what else did I get? Just a general Sauvignon Blanc from the area. So, but Sancerre has this very particular minerality, and different from New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc in that it doesn't have that zippiness. It does still have a very discernible aroma that you can sort of pick out as Sancerre, more subtle aromatics, but really it's all about the texture and that's really unique soil type, that silex that I was talking about. It's ancient ocean bottom, so there's actual like fossils of seashells and stuff from that area. So it's unique in that regard. It really shows terroir, and for some reason Sancerre has just really caught on huge in both restaurants and retail, which is unique. You know, sometimes things trend more towards like it's the hot thing to order in a restaurant, but it sounds like from what you were saying, Kevin, like it's been very popular for you as well.
Yeah, sure has. Unbelievable. Sauvignon Blanc in general is a big hit. And we have a winemaker from New Zealand joining us on Friday. From Middle Earth Winery in Nelson. So maybe we should do that. We're gonna do Mondays and Fridays, and I've already picked a bunch of the stuff for Mondays. But we could do a Friday coming up with the Tomas once we get it in.
Okay.
My thought about this, why Sancerre and Sauvignon Blanc is growing so much is I think that people are steering away from the traditional Chardonnay, and they want something with more complexity than what a Pinot Grigio offers. That's just my thought.
I think people like to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Sancerre.
Yeah.
It just sounds so romantic, you know, and it's like, it's the reason Pinot Grigio, I think, has done so well, you know, and Chardonnay too. I mean, all the French and Italian varieties, they sound so tantalizing, elegant. You know. Yeah, but it's one of my favorite things to do is when somebody says, "Oh, where's your Sancerre?" You ask them white, red, or rosé, and they're like, like, why?
Right, good point, right?
There's only white. I thought, like, no,
I learned that maybe only 4 years ago that Sancerre wasn't just white. I always thought it was always white. But when I learned that they, the Pinot Noir, the red, and then of course now rosé, it's like,
That's
They're
a
all
good
so good.
point.
They're
That's
all
a good point.
So
I
good.
I didn't ask you specifically if you said, I know what you ordered, but I should have said, are you talking about the Thomas Sancerre Blanc or Rouge? I know that you didn't get the other one. So.
What's
Went to a wine tasting with Sancerre,
Yes.
days in?
so we may have Sheri back.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm imagining, and I don't know, but I'm imagining that Denver is still pretty locked down. Is that?
Yep. So from my understanding, the state of Colorado as of Monday could have opened up, but certain counties opted to extend the stay-at-home rule, and the two most densely populated counties. So actually, I don't live in Denver. I live in Golden, which is essentially like a suburb of Denver at this point. I can ride my bike there, or I do ride my bike there. So we're about a 20-minute drive west of Denver in the foothills. So I'm in Jefferson County. So Jefferson County and Denver County have both extended the stay-at-home order for another week. And I'm, I think we're about the same as you guys in Wyoming. Like you can start to do, well, we've always been able to do to-go orders. I think you guys in Jackson for restaurants could only do like where you prepare the meals at home, or is that not right?
No, it's been to go pretty much, I think, the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got scared and started cooking a lot to save money, but we're back. I mean, I've been ordering takeout, and you'll love this. Oh, we just got Uber Eats last week.
You're kidding me.
Big hit.
Wow.
We've hit the modern age out here.
I'm shocked because I've landed at the Jackson airport and looked for an Uber, and they're not abundant.
Well, hopefully with the food, that provides another outlet for drivers to want to do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I think the other day I tried to use it and there were no cars.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, life's tough,
Again, a little mystery, right? You order, it doesn't hurt.
You just go get it yourself. And,
that's true.
But yeah, it's been interesting. But
and you have customers allowed in the store?
Not right now.
No. Okay.
We could, but we're being proactive.
Okay.
And trying to promote distancing. So we do. We have an app and we have the website that you can order on, and we're encouraging that. We're doing free deliveries in town, which has been huge for us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if I had to guess, we probably took between, I don't know, I'd say probably between 20 and 30 deliveries today.
Wow.
And today was slow. Today's the day after Cinco de Mayo, so it's traditionally not a huge day for us, but it was still pretty busy.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. All right, so legally you could allow customers in the store. It's best not to. Good. Yeah, that's what most of the major retailers that I know in Denver. I mean, there's a little mom and pop liquor store walking distance from my house, and they don't do online. Like online is not a thing, and they'll allow customers in. But the bigger retailers that I know of, one of them in Boulder is only doing what you're doing, curbside pickup and delivery. Another one in Denver will only allow 10 customers in the store at any one time, and they have to have a mask on. So, I guess it just depends.
It's wild.
It is. Yeah. It'll be so interesting to see what happens when things open up, or what the normal will be or not. I mean, it'll be interesting to look back on this time and be like, remember the virus?
I don't know about that. It's kind of frightening, actually.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will be forgetting.
Yeah.
Okay, so
some place opened up, nobody showed up.
Oh, yeah.
Happened in Georgia. They had nobody in the shopping mall.
Oh, I heard about that too on NPR. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I miss people though. I mean, my husband's great and everything, but like, I'm kind of sick of him now.
You're like, yep, the cookies are gone.
He ate all the cookies already. He drank all the bourbon and ate all the cookies.
I a dog like right in January, like right in time, like a kind of a puppy sort of dog. So that's been a good distraction.
Yay.
Well, this has been great having you join us tonight, Sheri. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I hope if there's any questions, I mean, the basics were the varietals, right? And the way that it's made, and that it's from France and it's a great value. And I really appreciate the support that TLS has given Kysela. You guys have been a great partner, and I really, really appreciate that and look forward to so much more in the future. And anything I can ever do to help, I can't wait to be there in person and see your customers in person.
How about this? Give us 2 places to go eat the next time we're in Golden. Since we can't go to restaurants right now, I'm trying to get everybody that joins us to plug a few spots that they like. Hopefully that we can get some business going later.
In Golden?
Yeah, sure. Or Denver, or whatever.
Yeah. You want that now or next time?
Yeah. No, your 2 favorite places. You're on the spot.
Okay. In Golden, my 2 favorite places are Woody's is an institution. It's the original like wood-fired pizza, and it's so School of Mines is in Golden. Mines, like as in mining, not as in like mine. And so they've got all-you-can-eat pizza buffet, which I don't usually do, but the best burgers in town, the best staff, really, really good food and sustainable, like very environmentally conscious. They do a bike ride in the summers. I'm gonna miss that, where it leaves from there and goes all around town, and hundreds of people do it. So Woody's we've been getting to go there. And then there's another great place called Cast Iron Tavern. And I met them when they were just first getting their lease. Young couple. Bob is an incredible chef and Stephanie's his girlfriend, and they make really great food, really great people, and took kind of a divey strip mall joint and turned it into like a really, really great place. And that's a lot of pressure because I know all the restaurateurs in town and I love them all, but those are 2 really good sort of good value places. And then next time we can talk about some farm to table places. And Golden's really changed. If any of you out there are listening and haven't been to Golden in the past even 3 years, you wouldn't recognize it. I've lived here for 10 years now, and holy cow, has it changed. So come visit Golden when you can, and come visit me at TLS next time I'm back in Jackson, and I'll pour wine for you, and we'll shake hands.
Well, cool. Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yep. Everybody, Rubus Sparkling. Come and get it. Talk to you soon.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. That was fun.
Yeah, thanks, Jay. See you, man.
Good work. And I didn't fall asleep.
That's all.